My name is Yolima Carr. I am native from Bogota, Colombia, and I am the Landscape Conservation Curator here at Paradise Green Nature Park. I become interested in plants thanks to my father. My father was an expert horticulturist, and out of 8 kids my parents have, I was the only one that followed his career in plants. My father really was expert in fruit trees, especially in pears, and I went through many places with him and see the beautiful work he did, and that's why he kind of gave me the passion. I went to school in Bogota, and I got my degree in horticulture in Bogota, Colombia. Then I moved to Spain, Zaragoza, Spain, and I studied. It was like a technical career there in public parks. I call it my master's. It was fascinating to be able to go from like kind of the tropical plants of Colombia. We had the nice weather around year around, to really the 4 seasons in Europe and Spain. I was exposed to totally different landscape plants, trees. I love it. And then, well, in Europe, if you don't speak 2 or 3 languages, you cannot find a good job. So I moved to England to learn English, and then I was exposed to the plants in England. And I love the herbs. Lavender is one of my favorite plants, and how they really accommodate these plants in a natural settings, and visit many gardens there. Then I married a sailor, American sailor. Met my husband in Spain. We moved here in 1993. I began working. My very first job was at the Botanical Gardens. I become a master garden. I continue taking classes in TCC about grasses and plants. And then I work at the Virginia Zoo. I was in charge of what is called the Okavango Delta, which is again a total different adventure, because I had to enhance all the habitat for the beautiful animals like the elephants, the giraffes, the rhinos. If you've ever been to the zoo, back in the 90s, it was concrete areas for them, and then they moved to the natural habitat. So I love the grasses in there. Then I moved to the Hermitage Museum and Gardens, another type of work. I partnered with the Elizabeth River Project, Chesapeake Bay Foundation. We created the very first living shoreline, work with oysters, working a more kind of heirloom type of landscape in there. And I closing my circle here with Elizabeth River Project at Paradise Creek, which is a total different conservation projects. I like the word curator. I say I cure the plants, the outside plants. Conservation means that you care, you maintain, you protect the environment. So this part have a lot of very vegetation, but also a lot of invasive plants. And I want to try to create a balance between, try to control some of the invasive plants and have it a less number and have more priority in our native vegetation. Because enhancing the native vegetation is going to clean our soil, is going to create more biodiversity, and then so forth is going to clean the river and everything that's connected to our river and our health. So here we have the River Academy, which is my office. I share my office with my coworker Larry and Shona. And whatever I'm done doing my office work, or anytime I really want to have a fresh air, I just have to step outside my office. And I'm here in the 20 acres of beautiful forests. If it's cold, you go into the nice over the buffers, full sun, beautiful flowers. And then I really love I can walk 10 minutes and I'm right by the river, by the creek, and just be connected to that, give me peace. So I love that. I love that I can share the love with the people that come here. We have a lot of volunteers. They coming from other towns, a lot of like military people, young people that never been exposed to this, so they miss their little country life. So they come here for programs and they enjoy working with us. So Paradise, the name says all, Paradise, creek, nature, and a park. Was created through the Elizabeth River Project and the City of Portsmouth and many partners. All they started this work since 2001, creating different environmental projects to really make this part a reality and take advantage of the name, the nature park, being the creek. The creek is connected, Paradise Creek is connected to the Elizabeth River. If you go kayaking to the creek and then you connect it to the river, and they have made a beautiful, beautiful work in here. In 2012, they planted thousands of native trees and they restored the wetlands. So my job in here is really enhance that habitat, really focus in that, and again, continue sharing this to people and learn about this park. So our job in the community, the habitat, help to clean the river. So the projects, my main project, really the first 6 months was the beautification of the entrance of Paradise, because it was a lot of overgrown invasive plants. And then we really want, this is a very industrial road, Victory Boulevard. And as you come in, you see a lot of either again trucks or overgrown Phrymaris, which is an invasive grass. So right along Victory Boulevard in front of our park property is a little kind of ditch that with fresh water. Every time it rains, we just water there. So we planted with about 2,000 different native hibiscus, blue flags, helianthus, beautiful plants. They are native. They're going to tolerate the rainwater. They're going to tolerate the drought. And in the summer, very soon you're going to see the hibiscus in red flowers, pink, white, beautiful for the birds. And the blue flag just finished blooming. So that was the main goal. We worked with Safe Routes, and we got a grant, and we was able to plant all these plants. And at the entrance on the media and the parking lot beds, we've been enhancing that with, again, beautiful grasses. I love grasses. We plant one, it's called the muley grass. And at the entrance last fall, it looked like clouds. It was beautiful. The white clouds and the pink clouds. And so we enhanced that. And then we planted thousands of pollinators. So as you walk into the entrance of the park, you see all the blooms of the monarda, coneflowers, mint, lavender, my favorite, rosemary. So yes, adding that to the natural habitat. So the beautification will be very important. So what is the Youth Conservation Intern? It's a program for youth, for local students here in Portsmouth. It's an 8-week program. They become horticulturists. It's a job that we work with Next Gen or Hampton Roads Workforce, and then we work in collaboration to hire these students. In 2019, we have 4 guys and 1 girl. They came from 2 local schools in Portsmouth, and we had 8 fantastic weeks. The first 2 weeks is like a training, introduction to nature, the plants. At the end, they learn about our native vegetation, what are the invasive plants, what is so important, both of the plants, what is important to kind of control the invasives, what is important on native plants. We connect them to the river and nature, going kayaking. And we work outside in the heat about planting the beautiful pollinators, planting trees, and they really enjoy it. It's sad today that we are so into the inside for the youth or the phone, that not being connected with nature. So they really took it deep, and they love it. They still come to the park and visit. So I had noticed so many beautiful parks, private places, that people, depending on where it's located, people don't go because they might think, oh, that area is just for this, for the specific neighborhood. So this part is magical in here. It is magical to be in such an urban site, and like what is happening, and here, boom, is paradise. And as you walk to this park, special what happened in 2020. People that you had to be enclosed in the house and work from the house, and you needed a moment of breathe fresh air, and you was able to come to this park. It helped you mentally and physically to come in here and walk for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and just that connection with nature is so good for you to refocus. It's kind of set your whole, so that you turn off your computer, let it break, and come back. So come to the park. You come to this park. We have 40 acres. You have the restored wetlands. You just go right and see the reflection of the river with the grasses and the sun and the birds. You come here into the forest and listen to the birds and the movement of the leaves, and just walking around, it kind of renew you. It's a nice wellness all around. So yeah, I want people to take advantage of that. It's the different smells, the different scents. So I would love for people to come and experience here at Paradise. We are growing here at Paradise Creek. We are building another building next to our River Academy. Hopefully this fall we start construction. It's going to be a larger building with some more office space, but the interesting part is going to be a big room for events. We're planning to host very unique urban lecture series and invite a very unique people from different places and backgrounds that, again, continue educating us about the beautiful places like this park. Or we would love to have Dr. Latin talk about birds and ornithology. Here at this park, we have seen 163 species of birds. And so how to share that love. So we're going to have those events hopefully coming up, so stay tuned.